Because sometimes I have a conversation with my girl, and she'll be like, why are you shy? Why are you shy? Do you know how much that hits? Do you know how much that hits me? It's like a jab. Yeah, literally.
Funny when your girl says it's a problem.
Who? Do I lay in bed with you at night? Why should I listen to your
Do you know what's the Carly's problem is?
Are we laying in bed with you?
I appreciate it. I'm getting to the point now where I'm trying to be mindful as much as I can. Every time when I find myself, I try to, in my heart, reel it back. Anything man's interested in, if I'm going to talk about it, I'm always going to be at here. I'll be honest with you, it's not the nicest thing because after about an hour of talking, you start getting headache. And that's why sometimes I ask this guy, how do you do it?
Ooh, when last you see me do what, man?
Man. Even right now, your voice is high, bro.
This is my voice, bro.
That's the point I'm making.
I got that splat.
Man was born in Nigeria. I feel like Nigeria is just a lot more aggressive. It's a lot more survival of the fittest. Because of that, a lot of Nigerians were very aggressive. People always say, when we speak, it's passionate. That's something that I feel like I've had to deal with all my life kind of growing up. People are like, they don't want to say you're aggressive or like the way you speak and all that, but they say, you're so passionate when you talk. But again, you know, that aggressiveness in our voice, our tone, like wanting to be heard, and that in itself is a level of trauma. And I know a lot of us might not look at it that way, but I just genuinely think it is. Like, my family is predominantly like women. So when I look at all my aunties, bro, they are all just aggressive, including my mum. We grew up like being shouted at. I mean, at the top of the lungs for the little things. You left the plate there, you didn't, bro. Come on from work, you're getting screamed at. Why have you not done that?
Yeah, I was. Shout outs to them brothers there. I don't know there, but you know, he's got a good point. I was with him until the trauma part. This ain't no trauma, you know. At the end of the day, we raised different. If we are as a people, Yoruba people, Nigerian people, we're loud, and let's say British people are quiet, that's just how they are. That's how we are. If you can handle us, then you understand that it's not actually us being loud. We just have a strong voice. Yes, a lot of the time, it is passion that we speak with, but at the same time, it's passion with frustration. It's a blend. Passion with frustration, with annoyance too. You know, I think what you're looking at more than anything is that if you actually washed the plate before you left, would there have been that noise? I would find it more traumatic if the place was washed and you just shouted anyway. But there's a reason as to why they're shouting. If we don't talk to you in a certain kind of way, will you learn? Tell me now, Los. I took my mum, for example, my mum. You think if my mum spoke to me in the way in which generally people speak to their kids, come, let's talk about it, do you think I would have listened? The only thing that kept me in line was the fear of my mum. That noise, that aggression, getting sent to Nigeria, the licks, stick, wooden spoon, belt. How do you think this would have worked? Do you think it would have worked by me being nurtured? So what's my punishment? Getting sent to my room? The only thing that kept me in line in school, in life, was knowing. It wasn't just getting smacked. It was the fact that I'd have to kneel down in the living room. My friends would be there. Larry and Grant as witness. They'd get sent home, but they won't go. They'd watch me. I'm kneeling down in the living room. My corridor, you can see basically straight through the living room. My mum would walk out of the house to the stick, to the tree, and cut the tree. By the time she's walking in, I'm already crying. I know what pain is coming. I'm crying already. Slowly, she'll take off each leaf and be talking to me. I've been through torture already. Now, you could say that's traumatic. Me, personally, it was a reminder. Then making you stick your hand out to lash you 10 to 20 times and telling you don't cry was a psychological reminder. Behave yourself when you... All of the things that she did, if you want to, you can take it as trauma. Me personally, I take it as a blessing, and I tell you why. I understood for myself that the kind of things that that needed to happen to me is what allowed me to stay in line. In my school, in Kingsford Community School, yeah, I had everything. OCD, the behavior management, whatever. I wasn't the smartest guy in school. I was more of I think a clown, a joker. The teachers could not handle me. They called my mum even in primary school, every single week. They tried. You know what's so mad, yeah? When I used to get in trouble in primary school, my punishment would be to go and write lines. For the fact that you don't smack me, I said, yeah. I said, all I gotta do is write lines. The lines, give it to me all day long. At first, you used to be going to the naughty corner. The naughty corner. Am I in heaven? What's a naughty corner? You're not telling me to kneel down and put my hands up, or you're not telling me to stool down. You're actually sending me to the naughty corner. You're not allowed to go to break. Eh? Anyway, fast forward, yeah. I'm in Kingsford, yeah. I don't want to go into too much of that. I'm in Kingsford, yeah. And I was always getting in problems in class. Always in a problem. Yeah? I think my mum even stopped coming to the school. She just had enough. There was one thing that they tried, yeah? Imagine it took them three years, I think, 4 years. I got to year 10. I'm going to say personally, for my own personal self-esteem, I was put in top set IT because I'm a good IT student. But we used to be in Mrs. class, yeah? Shout out to Mr. Man. And Mr. yeah, he was our rugby coach. Yeah? There was one time, yeah, I must have got into something with someone and I was about to go for them. And Mr. Whitehouse, yeah, remember he's a big guy, he's like 6'6", teaching us rugby, but obviously he would bash us around, like he was not afraid. He was a big white guy, like he was not afraid. Lovely in the suit. Proper gentleman, but when it comes to rugby, don't play around with him. As I was about to go and smack the person, I couldn't tell you if it was a boy or a girl. I don't remember too tough. I was to go smack the person in school, yeah? Out of nowhere in the corridor, I felt a hand on my back, Los. And the person picked me up with one hand up against the wall. And by the time I turned around, yeah, because I was about to smack again, I looked, it was Mr. Whitehouse. And he screamed in my face. I swear, Los, you know when that thing comes to your stomach when you have butterflies, you need to take a shit? But I was shook straight away. The teacher saw him do it, yeah? And immediately they were saying, you're getting sacked. You've basically grabbed the student. But Mr. understood, he knew, to get these boys in line, especially a boy like me, it's not by your stupid detention or whatever else. You need to be in his face. After he grabbed me and he dragged me to the top floor, where the bottom floor is 3 floors, by the way. His room was the top floor. Put me in his classroom, grilled me. After he finished grilling me, we even shared his food because we often share food. He used to give me food. And anytime we were doing IT, he used to give me food. And I swear to you, I adored that man. I loved him for that because if he didn't do that, I would have smacked the person up. I'm excluded. The punishment I would have got at home would have been insane. Nobody called home. But then the school realized is any problems to do with Gabriel, call Mr. Whitehouse. See when Mr. Whitehouse comes down the corridor? Hey, listen, I don't care who said whose mum, who said you're a dickhead. I just stand there, I just like, yep, daddy's coming down the corner. It's long. So then what happened was, yeah, me and Ryan Imbert, shouts to Ryan Imbert, we got promoted from Mr. class to Mr. class. Mr. teaches top set students. Shout out to Daisy Dumont. You see it? Top set science. Me, I was in top set as well. I was in top set IT. Los. It was a jungle in Mr. class. By the time I got to Mr. room, yeah, Mr. gave us one look. Bro, you see the way the classroom was so quiet, yeah? The computers that they had, they even looked different. Mr. Classes got bare colours and stuff like that. Mr. White's room was bare plain. We would sit in that classroom, and I swear to you, we're top set students. We didn't say a pip. Teachers would come in and look at us. How are you doing this? And so be like, they're my students. That guy had us on loss. Now, you could turn around and say trauma or but he just knew how to deal with a black African kid like myself. And it wasn't by sending me to the naughty corner. What? He had to be in my face, and I respected him for that. He's not allowed to do that, and I'm not agreeing that you should do that with students, but he knew what we needed. And for that, in the end, IT, I was never getting a good grade. Why did I get a C for IT? It was him. So, to be aggressive is one thing, you call it what you want to call it. But if you know how to deal with us, you know that we're not actually being aggressive. We don't want to be like that. We just, it's how we respond. Don't try and bring aggression out of us, because you have to have more aggression than we have. And Mr. White has clearly had more aggression than me. In which case, what happened? I humbled myself very quickly, didn't I? Don't get too aggressive with Nigerians.